Since I was 12 years old, I've been fascinated by money. I've listened to investment podcasts, read business books, and saved pretty much all my money. But I've also tried many different side hustles. At the beginning of COVID, I discovered dropshipping, and I immersed myself in the e-commerce world to try and build a business. And the brilliant product I chose was towels. I spent hundreds of hours marketing these towels and building out the perfect website, and in return, I got 3 total customers. One was a scammer, the other was my mom, and the final one was a legit buyer that wasn't a family member. Somehow that person found my website, my advertisement, and my business brand appealing enough to buy from. In total, I lost $800 from that experience, but I sure did learn a lot about dropshipping and e-commerce. And I've tried dropshipping 2 more times since then with a ear cleaning beauty product and a shirt folding board, but I stopped before advertising because I didn't think either product would sell. But dropshipping is not the only side hustle I've tried. I've also tried spray painting people's addresses on their curb. I've dipped my toes in Fiverr Freelancing. I've collected cans, and now I'm doing YouTube. There are hundreds of side hustles out there. For example, my friend sells stuff on Amazon and he's pretty successful at it. But in this video, I'll stick to the side hustles that I personally tried. Since I've already told you my story on dropshipping, I'll just say that you can be successful at it, but it's not as easy as I thought it would be, and I personally haven't profited off of it, and it's a lot harder than Bia Heza makes it out to be. But now let's move on to spray painting people's addresses on their curbs. So about 2 years ago, my grandpa told me about this idea, and I bought black and white painter's tape. I bought some stencils and some blue tape. I also bought a few sheets of plexiglass and had my dad cut them into these rectangular-like shapes so I could paint the background pretty easily. But you could also just use tape if you wanted to. And when I walked up to each potential customer, I brought this thing that I made, which is basically an example of what the possible spray painted address could look like on their curb. All those items probably cost me about $60, but after walking around the neighborhood for 2 hours, I made about $45. Now, I thought I would have made a lot more money from this, but within 2 hours, I got rejected 90% of the time, and I only got 2 customers who each gave me $20, and one of them tipped me an extra $5. I only did this one more time since then, and I made $40 from another 2 hours of work. So that brings me to total revenue of $85 and a total profit estimated to be $25. I still have all the supplies, and it sure is a great side hustle. I just still haven't gotten around to it because I'm kind of lazy. I made $20 an hour, which is really good and a lot higher than minimum wage. And you could possibly earn more than this if you worked more efficiently and charged more. So don't be too quick to discredit manual labor as a side hustle. Another side hustle that I sort of tried is Fiverr Freelancing. And I say that because I only got 1 customer, and that was a family friend, so I can't say I've successfully done it. On my gig, I said that I would create 3 logo designs with 2 revisions, and I deliver it within 3 days and only charge $15. I must have not marketed myself right because I got a lot of impressions but no customers. Maybe if I showed off better logo examples and better described my gig, I would have got more customers, but I don't know if it'd be worth it. I mean, I'm making $15 for 1 to 2 hours worth of work, and I can't really charge more because there's people producing way better work for as much as $10. I'm considering listing a video editing gig on Fiverr since I learned to video edit from YouTube, and I for sure think Fiverr is a viable option if you're able to market yourself correctly and also obviously earn enough money. Now, the last side hustle that I've actually made money from, which is not too time consuming, is collecting and recycling cans. But not everyone can do this. So, have you ever seen that little note on both cans and bottles that says how much you can exchange them for in certain states? Well, in Oregon, I can exchange cans and bottles for 10 cents, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up if you have a lot of cans. The funny thing is though that in the states that actually have this system, these prices are added on to the cost of the drink. So in Oregon, 10 cents is added on to cans that can be recycled, and you just make the money back if you recycle them. And my parents thankfully buy these drinks, so I just get to collect them without any charge. I have a pretty good system at my house where we all just put the cans and bottles into a bin that I take out and pour into a garbage bag. And from there, I just fill up the bag, and once it's filled up, I'll recycle them. Now, when I say recycle, I mean you have to take them to a bottle drop and exchange them for money. And the bags that I collect my cans in make me almost $20 per bag, which is pretty good. So if you live in Oregon, New York, or Hawaii, or any of the other states that allow this, then maybe you should start collecting your cans. And the final side hustle that I've been working on right now is YouTube. I've been posting videos for the past few months now, and if I continue to attract a larger audience and just grow my channel, then I could potentially get monetized. But right now, I'm not making anything, and I think my channel's growth will most likely follow a snowball effect where I start off small, and then as I gradually increase my channel's growth, it'll get a little bigger, and then start to pick up. All the YouTubers I watch have a big enough audience to live off their income from YouTube, so I could potentially reap the rewards if I grow my audience enough, and maybe even live off the income I produce. Another thing about Fiverr and YouTube is that these side hustles could benefit you in the sense that you are networking with other people. With Fiverr, someone could like your work enough to hire you for a job, and you could potentially earn more than what you're earning on Fiverr. Or on YouTube, someone could watch your video and ask for a sponsorship or partnership. Getting yourself out there on the internet is a huge piece to building your personal brand, which may help you down the line. On my channel personally, people have already reached out with advice and different ideas, and if you personally want to share your side hustle ideas or give me feedback, then you can do so down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please click the likes and subscribe button, and if you want to see more of my content, then go ahead. If you didn't like this video, then just double click the dislike button, and maybe I'll see you in another video.